Hello, 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 hello. How are you today, folks? British People's League, BritishPeoplesLeague.com. We're still here. We're still here for you. Topic for today, still here. Promised 2 videos a month. Here we are. Just under the wire. The final day of November 2013. We have no fantastic news. A lot of people checking up on us in Google Analytics to see if we're still here. Well, we've kept our word twice a month. As you out there who are working and fortunately have a job know, it's kind of difficult to have a real all-encompassing hobby of patriotism, more than a hobby, while you're trying to do your day job. That's why I'll be full-time in February. Just clearing off a lot of technicalities to do with the day job. And come February, as we've said in the recent videos, 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, we will be putting on a 20-minute video daily. We're going to try and get the video to you, those on the blind list and those who subscribe, probably completed 2 p.m. Monday to Friday afternoons. That'll be around evening in the motherland, in the United Kingdom, and in Western Canada, Western USA, you know, when they get up in the morning, they can click us in. So that's the plan. Monday to Friday, we're going to entitle it Dinosaur News. Looking forward to it. We will be able to really answer in detail the gruesome aspects of the death of our civilization. We want to accent the positive. There are a few positive outlets for the white man. The League of the South held a demonstration recently with very clean-cut young people, opposing, of course, the shuffling around of the statues, the heritage statues from the old Confederacy. They're being squeezed out, just as the Christian churches are going under the bulldozer in many towns and villages of the motherland, the United Kingdom. But the positive news is that these young people took it upon themselves to protest with a most enjoyable picketing protest. We need more of that. Our van plan, the British People's League here, we've discussed too many times. Where is it, Beattie? Where are the vans? Well, we're at the stage where I know where the van structure is, and I know who will rent us some vans dirt cheap. It's getting a dozen people to picket. On the blind list, we've got some keen and active people. Picket what, Beattie? Well, for instance, the gruesome, horrible trial details as to the murder of the British soldier Rigby, rest in peace, is now going on right now as I speak, November 29th, 2013, in the motherland. So there's a sample of a picketing that should take place. We, the British People's League, must be responsible to picket, say, the British High Commission buildings in Toronto or Ottawa. Our signs would be demanding the death penalty for the butchery of the soldier Rigby. Rest in peace. These slaughters that go on. Now, I get reports all the time of very well-meaning people who are in touch, of videos of the miseries, the downfall of Western civilization. Well, I'm just as guilty. I sent one out about this new knockout game where the coloreds are beating up whites on the streets in the States. But I try and limit my outgoing parts, because I know we all get many videos and much information. Information overload as to the sinking of the Titanic. We know our civilization is going down. Let's accent the positive. Let's try and portray videos of successful young people, such as that demonstration. Look it up on Google in the League of the South recently, and such matters that are really positive as the John Tyndall Memorial Dinner for a great patriot passed away in the motherland. And our friends at Candor in the motherland, Candor League, Candor, Candour, candor.org.uk. Candor.org.uk. They had a bookstall at the John Tyndall Memorial, held at a fine meeting spot. And from the reports I've received, they did very well at the bookstall, renewing contacts, making new contacts, and promoting some fine books. So check out Candor, candor.org.uk. And as I've said before, they can be neutral with the inevitable squabbling that goes on in, I guess, part of growing in the patriotic groups in Britain. Well, squabbling goes on with board of directors in businesses all throughout history. Squabbling goes on with royal families throughout history. So the fact that there's squabbling in right-wing patriotic organizations who are proud to be white, of course, well, that's part of growing pains. British People's League, maybe Beattie's a coward. We don't face the squabbles. We don't have the growth. But even when we do have growth, we're not going to be identified with voting. No. British People's League is an international lobby force for those of British heritage, those of British roots, white British. Then I've had it knocked at me. Well, is there anything but being British and white? Well, that's how we feel, of course. But the fact is there are third world invaders who call themselves British and not white. We can ignore that, but it's there. It's a problem that has to be tackled. But British People's League, we're not interested in membership cards. British People's League isn't interested in letterheads or meetings. Meetings sound so subversive. British People's League is a legal organization, but an organization of friends. Not with all the razzmatazz and the bureaucratic paperwork. I don't even like the word organization. We're a lobby group, a lobby force, shall we say. And yes, these videos do have some force. They are seen, and unfortunately, I don't believe the YouTube figures are accurate, I guess through a technicality, because we are receiving hits and visits far, far beyond what shows up on the analytic pages. Guaranteed. But yes, we avoid having meetings. We have get-togethers, very casual get-togethers. We don't have certified members who have rubber stamped and branded their foreheads. We have friends. Best of all, we have our blind copy list, BCC, on the internet system. No one knows who's on that blind copy list. Oh yes, in the background, Big Brother, of course, knows. Snowden out there ran to Russia, he knows. He's exposed it all. But on the day-to-day basis, the squabbling is avoided, having the blind list, because people who don't like this or don't like that, well, we just don't pay them any heed, and our blind list carries on. We interchange good thoughts and progression for the British People's League and plans afoot. But yes, we should be able to picket the British High Commission building or British embassies, British consulates, such as the Rigby, God rest his soul, the murder of that fine young military man in Britain by butchers, just butchers. We have to remember situations like that, and we have to show our disgust by picketing, demanding that the murderers of the soldier, and bring back the death penalty, bring back capital punishment, all of Western civilization. Bring it back to the good old days. Well, this boy's got gray hair. I think it's gray. And what I'm about to say next, it sort of caters to the gray generation right now. We are the last generation could say that we saw Leave It to Beaver. We saw North America and the motherland Britain when it was family-oriented, white, bright, and beautiful. Fortunately for the technology of the modern age, those days are still captured on film. Can be shown long after we're gone. That remember, that's what it used to be like. And I believe the white man will regain his status position. when the white man is fed up throughout history, we've come bounced back in not a very pleasant way. British People's League is a lobby force to garner in the frustration, especially of those, I call them strays, a lot of intellectual people, hey, a lot of ordinary Tommies, as Rudyard Kipling wrote about. We're here sort of for the strays who, for one reason or another, had problems with the patriotic groups they were aligned with in, say, the motherland, or even in America, Australia. So we're here as a welcome house for those who just, for some reason or other, didn't fit in with other patriotic organizations. We're not trying to rob anybody's strawberry patch, not interested in that business at all. But we are here for those, and there are many who will, they're dual friends. They're friends of a specific patriotic group in the motherland or in America. And they're also friends of the British People's League. We intend to be an international lobby force. We are slowly getting there. Our videos are distributed at key places. We're getting a lot of responses, the emails. But I would like some of the emails to cut back that are showing the misery. I was guilty of just recently sending out that knockout game in the States, because that's number one horror, where, you know, colored mobs are just going out beating out white people on the streets. But still, I hope I don't sound like a hypocrite here, but it just, the BritishCanada@gmail.com email address is just, we just get maybe too much of the misery and the destruction, and not enough of the positive. Accent the positive, deflate the negative, as the old song went. Because those in our circles know the score. Well, do you want to recruit new people, John? Well, we don't recruit, for one thing. People come to us. They approach us. BritishCanada@gmail.com. BritishCanada@gmail.com. And then through some interchange emails as to, hey, what's happening in your backyard, etc. But again, let's accent the positive. I keep referring to that nice demonstration League of the South had protesting the statue of Thomas Watson being moved. I mean, our Christian churches are being plowed under in the motherland. They're being emptied nowadays because boy, I don't want to sound like a fundamentalist, but the devil has taken over. Talk about the devil's work. I mean, the splitting of the families, the pornography. Look at the mayor of the city of Toronto. Look at the corrupt senators in Ottawa. And the same goes for the motherland. Corruption rampant. What are young people supposed to look up to? I mean, no wonder they're turning to drugs. What kind of example are we, the senior generation, giving them? Something to think about, isn't it? No, we're here for you, folks. And you're here for us. I want to thank a couple of decent donations recently. Much appreciated. And yes, when you may send in your first donation, we don't shower you with material. We will thank you. And if you want to respond to the emails, that's entirely up to you. It's happened with a few people. They just send a donation and they're observing, and they're probably working in their own backyard spreading the word. I know it's hard to spread the word when your family objects, this, that, and the other. Well, as I've announced many times on this screen, I consider my family my blind list. If our biological offspring join the mob, well, in my case, I just cut them off. And they'd cut me off. They'd probably cut me off before I cut them off. It's not nice, but hey, on the blind list, we've got some great people. You can't beat our promoter, Sarah from Oshawa, who, by the way, is the only one that has really come through on the guest list here. I'm not knocking those who have volunteered to be a guest on the show. There's some really sharp people out there, good, strong patriots. But you know, things have come up that delayed them. But as the mascot turtle, the turtle for the British People's League, what do we call him, Fred? Who knows? Gets across the road. We'll get the people on eventually, okay? But I don't think in the blind emails, I don't think we're going to promote such and such a guest coming on because of things that cause delay. So the plan is that when you see someone sitting here beside me sharing this broadcast, then you'll know he has a guest on. The British People's League has a guest on today. So that's the way we'll leave it. But we do have some exciting people out there waiting in the wings. And when they have the opportunity to get up here to Central Ontario, they'll be on with me. And that first guest sharing with Sarah from Oshawa in the summer proved that, two people on a dialogue, you might get a bit bored with corny Beattie here. I won't be boring in February, I guarantee you that, because I'm going to pound away 5 days a week. You can say, why aren't I pounding away now? Well, I'm laying the groundwork. Our turtle's just halfway across the road. I want to see our mascot turtle succeed when he gets across that road. Succeed in what, Beattie? Succeed in restoring our people's glory. Succeed in restoring our people's morality. Succeed in restoring the pride of having a large family with 6 children as a minimum. As one of our Facebook ladies in Illinois is proud of her 6 and more to come. Yeah, little side comment, I'm pleased to see people out there who are jogging and go to gyms, but sometimes I think a bit too much time in the gym, boys. I know when I was younger, time was spent, the gym was the bedroom with your wife. Lots of physical exercise there, folks. And little baby as a result. So I'd say less time at the gym, you white folks out there. We need some more white babies. So let's rename the gym on the bedroom door. Don't think I can explain more in that regard. But seriously, the churches, Christian churches are emptying. All of our way of Western civilization going down the tubes. Almost, but we're here in the nick of time. Usually throughout our history, when things get rough, our backs are against the wall, we spring forward in a pretty wild fashion. I'm not promoting that. But, to those out there who are promoting multiculturalism, the invasion of our white lands, what do you expect? You think we're just going to take this lying down? Oh, yes, the authorities can contain every frustrated person that there is, from seniors to juniors. Putting a flag up that upsets the Muslims, the Union Jack upset the Muslims, and the seniors being charged in the motherland. Outrageous situations going on. But you can't stamp it forever. You just can't stamp out the little brush fires are going to cause a major fire in it. I'm not promoting major fire, but there's going to be a backlash. Okay, Johnny boy, talk positive, talk positive. Okay, so again, our buddies with Candor in Britain, CANDOUR, candor.org.uk. Our buddies in the States, League of the South. And I see a fellow is going to revive passed away Nick Main's mailings. So looking forward, lad, just received notification the other day. Missed old Nick, of course, passed away last January. And actually, he was the British People's League main contact in Australia, and we haven't had that much contact since Nick's passing. So perhaps with this gentleman going to revive the mailings of Nick Main's mailing list, that'll be good. Okay. So we've got lots of plans. Is Beattie all talk? Well, time will tell it. But we're getting a lot of good nibbles, as said in previous broadcasts. So anyway, folks, stay tuned. We'll be at you 2 broadcasts in December. Thank you for tuning in today. Goodbye for now.